is this? Millions of this is coming and miss when you lose sight of your switch from this vid. You know who you are, stop playing the kid. It's time to wake up, you've been given a gift. You're gonna sit here and give it to this. Your hate only fuels me. Satan and Jesus will guide we. I ate the apple, puked on the seed. 666, count the seed of light. I know you knew this deep inside your mind, yeah. Kingdoms crashing, cosmos clashing. What's inside your eyes? Bear with me for just a second of time, yeah. Only taking light, what's the other side inside of your mind? Oh, can you see it? Oh, can you feel it? I've been there low, this is no troll. Take it or leave it, it's info, no toll. 100,000. No sneaky contracts behind cheapy wall. No contracts here. Cannibal sheep ate a wolf on my own. This is for you, my only view. This in exchange for your billions, my truth. Clown every day, but my vision stays true. Laid on the table, my Bible of new. I take the pieces, make puzzles and clues. I pray to Jesus, his brothers and proof. Apollo, now Tesla, Elvis, New Year, Tesla, a tip from Muhammad. These prophets above us, they don't fucking judge us until you age walk like Enoch. Could you please just shut up? Please. Could you please just shut up? Yeah. Cyrus, please, can you meme with me? Oh, Cyrus, please, can you meme with me? Old school Iris. Oh, Cyrus, please, can you meme with me? Oh, Cyrus, please, can you puzzle hard, each corridor lands brand new doors. Puzzle hard, these tattered scars on top my arms. Puzzle hard, do you fit inside my pieces? Am I reaching heartbeats? Really swear I'm dreaming, can you hear me? Oh, access to Eden so damn expensive. Yeah, pesticide free, no GMOs. Can't eat that sugar, new versions cost more. Eat me they sold, too much just that pain, or they put here for trolls. I prayed to a fish once. Stop saying I'm not soul searching, not learning. I lay awake, toss and turning over a fucking fish. Okay, I'll stop. Get back to the bop. These ops, they taking shots. Out of my elixirs, just mixtures, poison here. Take a finger now. Outside of Eden, I walk with God. Can you say the same for you? Did your ghost challenge your views? Did your body split in two? Did you yin, light rain, or dark rain, which you choose? Do you still watch news? Is anyone real or am I just a part of you? You fuck with Dr. Seuss. Am I speaking to my news? Cause every time I say shit, it rips out this old man's screws. I was the golden goose, but nobody can see the colors once inside your suit. Fucking hate. I hate to fucking hate. It's one of my least favorite things up on my plate. Yeah, I don't need for days. The bitch at least today. Can you keep up with me or should it make no play? Yeah, damn. Time doesn't matter. Prove me wrong and touch it. Promise when you do this you'll be fucked just like me. Trust this. You don't wanna know the ending. It's so condescending. Wait for God's real son to do that, not the apple that I'm. How ironic is this? Millions of this is coming and miss when you lose sight of your switch from this vid. You know this, your hate only fuels me. Satan and Jesus will guide we. I ate the apple, puked on the seed. 666, count the seed of life. I know you knew this deep inside your mind. Yeah. Kingdoms crashing, cosmos clashing. What's inside your eyes? Bear with me for just a second of time. Yeah. Only taking light. What's the other side inside of your mind? Oh, can you see it? Oh, can you feel it? I've been there low. This is no troll. Take it or leave it. It's info, no toll. 100% free. No sneaky contracts behind cheapy wall. No contracts here. Cannibal sheep ate a wolf on my own. This is for you, my only view. This in exchange for your billions, my truth. Clown every day, but my vision stays true. Laid on the table, my Bible of new. I take the pieces, make puzzles and clues. I pray to Jesus, his brothers and proof. Apollo, now Tesla, Elvis, New Year, Tesla. A tip from Muhammad. These prophets above us, they don't fucking judge us until you age walk like Enoch. Could you please just shut up? Could you please just shut up? Oh, Cyrus, please, can you meme with me? Oh, Cyrus, please, can you meme with me? Iris, oh, Cyrus, please, can you meme with me? Oh, Cyrus, please, can you puzzle hard, each corridor lands brand new doors. Puzzle hard, these tattered scars on top my arms. Puzzle hard, do you fit inside my pieces? Am I reaching heartbeats? Maybe swear I'm dreaming, can you hear me? Oh, access to Eden so damn expensive. I breathe, no GMOs, can't eat that sugar, new versions cost more. Eat me, they sold 2 versions of pain, but you're for trolls. Nephilim. I prayed to a fish once. Stop saying I'm not soul searching, not learning. I lay awake, toss and turning over a fucking fish. Okay, I'll stop. Get back to the bop. These offs, they taking shots. None of my elixirs, just mixtures. Poison here. Take a finger now.
What is up, guys? How are we doing today?
Good.
What's up, guys?
We got a really special guest here.
Yeah, we got
Good.
Tamz King, former UKW chairman.
We got a really special guest here.
President of the Showtime on Roblox.
A really special. You know, this too. I think I've known Tamz for 2 years now. We met like at that Backlash event, I think.
The Backlash event?
Yeah, 2019 APRW Backlash, I think, or 2020.
Oh, okay. Well,
one of those two. I met him there.
Here we're gonna have questions answered regarding his hosting experiences, Showtime, and the Clash of the Titans event. And yeah, well, first off, how are you doing today, Tamz?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. How are you guys, huh?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good.
I know Alex is kind of fucked up at the moment.
I'm fine. I mean, like, not fucked up in that manner. Just that I just woke up like 10 minutes ago. My shoulder won't move.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we'll get started. So I have a few questions, and I guess what I usually do is once I'm done with the questions I have and Alex's, I usually just let maybe like the fans have some questions, or if they have any questions, or like the chat. So yeah, let's get started.
Yeah.
So I guess my first question is, so there's you haven't hosted an event, well, since WrestleFest, but before that it really hasn't, you really haven't hosted all that much, and we want to see, do you think it will feel the same hosting Showtime, because you're hosting by yourself besides Dylan? Do you think
Yeah.
it'll feel the same as when you hosted UKW, or?
No, it'll be much easier considering I got 3-4 months to go to prepare for this one. So, it's just one event. To be honest, like it's good. It's one event. I get to like what I want. There's no limits. I don't have a roster. I could pick whoever I want. Like I DM someone. They say sure, I'll do it. They're in the thing. They don't have to be my fed. It's fine.
Well, yeah, because Isaac wasn't in your fed, so yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, it's easy.
Well, do you think it'll like you feel the same sort of vibe? Like you'll get the feeling that you like hosting. Do you like? I'm sure you like hosting, but like the vibe you get when you're hosting, like it's not tiring or anything.
No. It'll be easier because I'm doing it myself. Last time it was kind of hard, considering last event it didn't really go well my way. I'm not gonna lie, it was probably one of my worst events. Obviously, certain Fed owner decided, you know what, I'm gonna do zero work and then try to take credit for the entire baby. So this time it's on my own. So I'm good. I'm just gonna do me. That's that. It's gonna be It's gonna be the best event of the year, 100%. Like nothing will ever come close to it.
That's one hell of a prediction to make, Tamz.
No, it's just gonna be like me. It's about how I do it, but I know it's gonna be the biggest event of the year. 100%.
You had already booked a match for that event, right?
Yeah. Event.
I remember seeing that on Twitter, but which one refresh my memory on that?
Yeah, it was. We're doing Isaac and Diddy, so he's coming back. Winning Isaac. So that's gonna be the biggest match of the year as well. So
now
the event name is Clash of the Titans, right?
This just popped up in my mind.
All right.
You can go. I'm sorry, Alex.
Oh, no, that's good. I was just like thinking like the event name and the match. Clash of Titans. You're booking for the show. That's for sure.
Okay. Now when you are hosting this event, you said yourself that you want people low and high to be booked. You want people of low caliber and high caliber to be booked. How do you plan to do that, and what kind of matches will you implement in order to do that?
me, I've always said this to everyone. It needs to make sense. If it doesn't make sense, it's not going on the card. So, for example, I could easily be like calling all my fucking retired friends and be like, "Yo, come to this show for one time only," blah blah. It just doesn't make sense. Like, wrestling now is like full with like young audience. Like all the retired people, right? They're pretty much gone and they don't give a fuck. So why the fuck should I promote something that people that like really don't give a fuck? So you gotta like cater towards everything. I feel as if like this year, certain feds like WWE kind of like cater towards like old timers. I remember there was like 5 months of WWE straight. This guy returns, gets a world title match. This guy returns. Like I think nowadays, pro wrestling kind of wants something where like they make the small guys and turn them into big guys, and that's kind of what I want to do in one event. It's gonna be difficult, but like, that's the plan. It gotta make sense. Everything's gotta make sense. If it doesn't make sense, there's no point for doing it.
That's quite the plan for one event, though. Like, try and turn, like, the idea of turning a small guy into a big guy. Like, it's cool not to put like, a lot of attention on a certain individual, right, who probably hasn't had that sort of attention before. But it's not really like a sort of, like, overnight process, you know what I'm trying to say, though?
Obviously, like, you can't turn fucking nobody into a star straight away, but you can always give them a platform, and I feel like always really giving people that platform, you know what I mean? Always
That's
really
what they need.
giving them the stage to do that.
That's
But
what
not this year, anyway.
Yeah. I feel you.
Alright.
Like I said, like, the main event is Diddy versus Isaac, right?
Yes.
That's a draw. That's gonna bring people in. And let's say, for example, right, you put a new guy on there. What if that new guy is the one thing on the show? They're like, yo, I didn't expect this. Like, that one new guy could surprise everyone on the show. What I'm just doing is bringing in people to you know, I'm pretty sure like this is gonna sell out 100%. No doubt. But if you mix a card and people realize like shit, I don't gotta do fucking like these old time matches, bro. Like I don't gotta bring back like retired legends just to get a cheap pop or some bullshit, bro. Like that's not me. I can't see a way where I would just cheat the system and be like, okay, I'm gonna do 7 1v1s and they're all gonna be retired people versus each other, bro. That's not progress.
Yeah.
That's not progress.
That's almost like a regression of sort, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I definitely know you have a really smart mind towards promoting, marketing into all of this, right? I've seen what you've done before, even in the RWA, right? You've done a lot of good work, so I have no doubt that this event will succeed. But furthermore, like Showtime, I guess this is a project for you, like a long-term project, right?
It's more of a way where like, to me, okay, if you want the honest opinion, to me, after the RWA event, I kind of realized I was like, yeah, nah, I don't want the WWE. I don't want to host in the WWE group anymore. Like, you guys have to remember, the RWA event was hosting the WWE group. I was like, you know what, bro? I need to make my own shit. I need to make it so that I don't need to like, be on someone else's shit. I gotta do all this shit myself. So the way I view it is like, any event I'm gonna do, if I ever decide, you know what, this event isn't the last one, everything I do from now on is gonna be strictly with Showtime. Like nothing else. It's gonna be strictly on that. And plus, it's gonna be more of a like hey, heads up, this guy's popping or this guy's popping. Like, it's gonna be more of a part-time, but it's gonna be exciting. That's what it is. It's an exciting thing. That's pretty much gonna be more of a, I guess, filling the hole in Raw Wrestling, where it's like not many people in Clean, especially, feel as if it's progressing. And Showtime is something that 100%, everything it does, it will be to progress. It will be exciting. There is nothing that I'm gonna do with Showtime where people are gonna be like, yo, this is just transitional. No, everything I do on Showtime is gonna be exciting. And I think that's the best part about it.
All right. No, c'est correct. My bad. Okay, we're back on track though. This just came to mind, right? Earlier you mentioned, right? Basically an element of creating future stars, new stars, right? Putting eyes on people who may not have that attention,
Yeah.
You're working with Diddy and Isaac for that main event. I also just checked your page. You're doing a show with RPW in the future, right? Do you have any plans on potentially working with like an independent type group, an independent federation, indie shit?
And I think for me it's like this. The problem with that, I guess, in the past, it was this. I feel like some federations are spoon-fed, like, hey, this is cool only because we're working with them, rather than rewarding people that are actually trying. So what I mean by that is like, someone like an APRW or WWE can help an independent group. But what if that independent group just relies on that? You can't just have a fed that relies on something else to be big. So for me, I look out for feds that like, look, without me, this fed is good. With me, this fed is sick. Like that's the way I look at it. If there's any Fed like that, like RPW for me was like, look, RPW is big. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Nobody would ever admit RPW is bigger than WWE. Nobody would ever. Like even though like it's probably not true. RPW low-key, in my opinion, the quality is better. The production and the mainstreamness was not. So to me, I thought, look, I'm gonna get these guys the mainstream attention, and plus, RPW is a fun group, bro. And I think, like me and Trunks, we're gonna work together. We're gonna make something good, and at the end of the day, like it's gonna be a fun show. Anything that because RPW is a good Fed, bro. And nobody wants to give it that attention. But it's ending soon, so I mean maybe that's why. But
That's a criminal thing too. There's like a handful of these like amazing federations that don't get the attention. The only thing I can think of recently is BPW, right? BPW was like incredible. Jared put a lot of work. The Hoy brothers were fucking workhorses for the promotion, right? But people overlooked it, went to the competition, and then when it ended, that's when people started like shedding the bad tears, switching the mask of some sort. That's
I think also you have to remember like this, right? So BPW, right? A Fed.
Yeah.
It would grow. ORW's coming back, boys! And everyone just switches their heads and makes a dash for that door, and they're like, now I'm just here like, bro.
Yeah.
And then when it ends, and when he finally gets exposed, everyone's just like, just end your Fed, bro. ORW shit Fed back. Bro, you're the one that ran to them.
It's almost like people were like,
made a very good point. It was the same thing with VCW and all them. Like every time a big Fed returns, they all dash for the door. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't make sense to me. That's why, like, I would never ever bring back my Fed because I know for a fact, right? I don't think I would get disrespected if I brought back my Fed. Most people that do bring back their Fed won't get disrespected to regress for wrestling. To me, like. That's why I always like doing stuff like RWA or this, whatever this is, because I'm not taking anything away from anyone. What I'm doing is adding on to what we already have. I don't like taking, but I do like giving back to the community in a way because at the end of the day, like, nobody's going to look at me as the top one Fed owner, the number one Fed owner of all time. No one's going to look at me like that. So the way I can just, make my name bigger is being, I've done RWA, I've done Outbreak, I've done UKW. Nobody else can say they've done more than me, bro. Nobody else can say you've done more gigs than I have. So that's the way I look at it, bro.
You definitely have the resume for that. That's for sure. Yeah. I'm gonna hand the stage back to Lightlord. Think of some more questions.
all right. So here's my thing, right? Do you have like any like? You probably can't say much, but do you have anything planned for the show, like match-wise or something related to the show itself besides Isaac and Diddy, or?
I've got 2 more matches that are pretty much confirmed, but to me they're not like I can't announce them one at a time. It's got to be like different, but like I've got 2 more matches announced, but. Next few weeks is going to be more of me going into Fed, seeing what. I've contacted a few like indie guys, I've contacted a few, big stars, whatever. But to me, the card is probably going to finalize in October, so you won't really get any match announcements till October. Because you have to remember, it's in December.
Yeah.
Long way away, can't really make any commitments.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you want to wrestle in 4 months? What if that guy's retired in 4 months? Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Y'all's gotta watch out, especially for wrestlers. They might just retire out of nowhere.
They might retire
Yeah,
tomorrow.
they might get canceled as well. They might get canceled, bro. You never know.
Oh, yeah, and anything can happen. That's why the gimmick is cards subject to change, right?
Yeah, that's the plan.
All right.
So, let's go to a different topic. Your wrestling experience. Did you seem to enjoy hosting more than wrestling at this point? But what was it like? Was it like what was okay? Well, ask this. What was your favorite Fed when you actually wrestled in it?
That's a hard question because I didn't really like any Fed I wrestled in. Now that I think about it, I'm not gonna lie. Like shit, everything I wrestled was kind of ass. Well, other than APR, I think my APW one was quite fun. I think in terms of like, I really enjoyed wrestling in probably CCW, only because like I won a lot of titles there. That's probably the only reason why. But I mean, what Fed that I enjoyed going and like being like, yo, like I don't mind waiting at like time to for my match is probably APRW. I like doing my run there. I did a few like, I had a match with Damon there. I made it to the Mania card by beating J League and Sama. So I mean I did well for myself there. So that was fun. Like I'm more of a I was kind of like forced to host. So I was originally a wrestler and now I'm a host, but I prefer hosting now.
That makes sense.
All right.
So I want to bring up a big topic right now that I think I should ask you of all people. What is your opinion on the state of GMT at the moment and the feds in it? Have you looked at any of the current GMT feds?
I know EWF is doing okay. I wouldn't say they're doing amazing, but they're doing okay. DXW's in the end, but I mean they're doing okay as well. But I mean, 1 second. Hold on. I've got a delivery. Hold on 1 second.
Oh Jesus!
All right. Well, a quick intermission while Tamz does his thing.
Yeah. Artie, and I literally just asked that question. Like I asked that before it came up. Like that's so weird.
It is good. Well, yeah. While we wait, I don't know, you're the host.
Yeah. So I guess if you want to bring up some questions, and I'll look at them and see if we can do them after the main questions.
Alright, I can definitely brainstorm a few quick ideas and DM them to you.
Also if the chat has any, let me know.
I can't see the chat. I think I might go just get out of bed since I'm awake. Around. Chat's interacting.
Can you two geeks introduce who you are? You're no names right now. I'm motherfucker Anthony. Okay.
Can you?
This is Alex Miles.
Who are you?
I'm Light Lord. This is Alex Miles. All right.
Anthony
I'm the host.
Miles.
He's the co-host. God.
I'll join you myself, brother. Thoughts on EWF? EWF? I guess they're cool. I don't know them, but hey, I guess they're cool. Anthony Myers, I'll read the chat too, brother. Where's my love? Come on. Miles, how's the green? Hey, you know what? I just ran out of green last night watching that Punk match. That was a good pay-per-view, though. Like, well, at AEW.
Yeah, it was a pretty good show.
That AEW last night was amazing.
This is
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
Alright, so I'm gonna name a few GMT feds and tell me if you've seen them or if you think you're doing good. Or if they're doing
Go ahead, yeah.
Alright, well, you already mentioned EWF. You said you liked it. This is an obvious one for me. What about, have you heard of RDW?
I have.
Oh, you have?
I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. I would DCW, but they're just returning.
I've heard about them, yeah.
Yeah, that's Italians fed. We got Progress by Austin Hendry and Packer P.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one, but I heard about it I've heard about it more of the like just Packer P on the timeline. He is one Twitter pest, bro. Packer P on the timeline, menace.
Oh my
Man.
God. There's a new. I don't know. This one's new. It's called A's, which is like something.
A's?
I heard about that one.
Yeah,
That one has a really nice title.
it's owned by Aiden Cross. And
I don't know who that is, but I know they have a really nice title.
The defending was AIDS.
no.
My bad, because that's honestly what I heard.
AZE.
Oh, alright, because that's honestly what I heard, and I almost just died.
It's in some language, and it means
AZE.
fire. So,
Oh, that's interesting then.
yeah.
That's definitely alright. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're back on the program, Let's do your thing.
We've been on the program, Alex.
You know what? We were on the
So I guess that's all of them. There's not really much to go on, but
yeah, but I guess this.
I mean, you guys forgot the mighty DXW.
Oh yeah, but they're all
Mighty
haters, to my knowledge.
He's gonna end his fed soon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I like wrestling there. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
DXW is a nice fed.
I liked wrestling there.
I believe
I just feel as if the owner is a bit of a, like, in the past he used to be a bit of a quitter. Like, to me, when you're starting a fed, not every fed can start out being UKW. Like, no, that's not what's gonna happen.
Because UKW wasn't it?
Huh? Yeah. Like, I'm telling you, like, I used to have like ES tiers, like a cool Astro, for example, right? Just come to my fed and be like, yo, what is this GMT trash? And like 2 years later, he's wrestling for me. So I don't know what to say. Like, that shit just comes like naturally.
Yeah.
Now,
but I like DXW, bro. It's gonna be, to me, it's a top 5 GMT vet because of how long it's lasted. You have to remember that they've gone for years.
Yeah. What? So, GMT is on like like it's not bad, but like it's really like almost.
It's in the mud. It's in the mud. Let's just be honest. It's in the mud.
Yeah. Okay.
It's in the mud.
I'm not. You said it, not me. It's in the mud, I guess. Yeah. So, what do you think GMT Fed owners and the community of Pro Wrestling and GMT needs to do in order to uplift it a little?
Joint events. But, you know, I don't understand why nobody's done it yet. If your show is getting 20 people, right, and another show is getting 20 people, just combine your show and you just. I feel as if GMTs do the classic way where it's like, okay, we're gonna do a weekly show, then a pay-per-view, and then they ask themselves, wow, why are people not going to my pay-per-view? Why is my attendance so low? It's because, like, you're kind of like, the saturation is too much. It's oversaturated in GMT. Like, not everyone's gonna give a fuck about your weekly show, bro. So you're gonna like put your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
They're gonna do like joint events and really promote them, make them feel bigger than they are. That way, that like, if let's say for example Progress worked with DXW or like DXW worked with EWF, they can produce banger events, bro. 2 heads in one event. That's mad. I'm doing a show with RPW. Like, 2 heads are better than one, bro. I understand. People need to do joint pay-per-views more. Fun.
Oh yeah, personally, I love like the whole thing with my friends, right? Whether it used to be alliances or just like, like I said, joint events, right? Like going back to BPW, I did one with them. Did it turn out like how we wanted to? No, but it was kind of rushed, and that's what happens when you rush things, That
is much true.
Yeah.
But to me, I don't know. To me, like, I feel as if they did more joint events, they would be getting more people. And once you get more people take you more seriously. So you gotta think basically, bro. Like, nobody's gonna take a 20 out of 50 player fed seriously. So then you're gonna get people like that don't give a fuck, disrespect you, make you feel like shit. Once you start getting the numbers up, finding ways to get new wrestlers involved, bro. Once you get the numbers up, people are gonna have to respect you. That's just how it is. You think Showtime, like, a fucking look? Can anyone make a new thing and make it like fucking get 70 likes? No. Me, people respect what I've done. That's the only reason why Showtime's getting so much respect. If any like low carder would have done Showtime or whatever, do you think they would have do you think people would have gave a fuck? No. So to me, it's about getting your respect first. Then it's about, being your Fed.
Yeah, well, it's not also just respect too. It's name recognition. Right? Like Tamz Kings. I'm sure there's a good majority of world wrestlers who know who you are, right? Heard your name at least once, probably. With name recognition, it can do a lot of things, right? Like I've seen before, right? People, they will wrestle, they get their name up, and then they start doing projects, right? Whether it be a Fed or whatever, to get those likes up, to get the attention on it, start it hot,
Alright, I'm being held at gunpoint to say this, but they want me to let you know, Tamz, that EWF versus DXW is happening. That's actually a thing.
Hey! He said versus.
Yeah,
He said versus.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like versus.
Hey, they said versus. They said versus. Remember that. They're not doing a joint show. It's a versus. Yeah.
Fighting against each other. Like
that's a whole completely different concept than a joint show. Joint show is when two feds combine. A Survivor Series type show is when two feds go. It's a fed.
yeah.
One thing. Notice how they're getting more attention because of the Survivor Series thing. I see so much shit like Team EWF, Team DXW, and I see shit like, so much on the timeline, like, this guy's betrayed someone, so he's on Team EWF now, or some bullshit like that. Like, I wouldn't have seen that otherwise. Like, if they didn't do a joint show, I wouldn't even know what both feds are doing. So, that's how you already know, it's working already.
Oh, yeah. It's good, it's good shit. Good shit. But, I kind of do want to go back to, Showtime for a quick minute with you, Tamz, right? Like, we really went through, right? Like, what you want to accomplish with it, what, like, current plans are, right? But in is there anything else, like, Showtime related that you're going to be doing that's, like, not an event,
So, one thing that I kind of want to do is I kind of want to link all my projects into one. So when I say that is like, I own Showtime, example. We're doing wrestling there, for example. But sometime near the future, when I'm done with like this event, I want to link it to like my football leagues, like RPL. I want to bring a lot of shit together. That's the plan. Just bring a lot of shit together. Make it like one big network, whatever. Make it a powerhouse for things that like I want to advertise or the things that I'm doing. Like to me, Raw wrestling or whatever was a hobby. It's not a hobby anymore to me. Stuff like what I'm doing right now, like RPL, that's a hobby to me. But I like making my hobbies big to other people. So they're like, yo, how do you work this hard? Oh, like how everything you're doing is so sick. It's like to me, it's just a hobby. So that's why you gotta like, how like for example, right? You probably think, if you go in America at least. Do a 5-a-side in like basketball, some bullshit, and like in like a backyard or something. Then you have an audience for that. For you, it's a hobby. It's not like a job, is it? But a lot of people they'll be like, "Yo, wow, what is this?" Like, because they're in the audience. So it's basically having an audience for my hobbies. That's pretty much what it is.
All right, that's cool. Well, all right. I'm going to look at the chat, see if there's any questions people may have. Lightlord, if you want to take back the reins for a bit.
Yeah. Let's see. Does anybody have questions? Nathan said RPL on top. I'm assuming that.
RPL number 1.
Let's go. I do like the idea of Showtime becoming more of a centerpiece for like all your different activities, whether it be like Raw Wrestling or say RPL, right? That's definitely an interesting take. And I'm interested to see like in the future what more Showtime does overall outside of Raw Wrestling, whether it be RPL or other shit, right?
I can tell you right now that Clash of Titans event, if it goes well, it goes well. But for me, that's like, okay, I'm not gonna look past it. If there's not gonna be another event after it, I don't know now. I'm not gonna confirm there's another event after it. We'll see how it is. For now, the focus is on December. If I decide not to do any events after December, then it's whatever. If I decide to do one, it's whatever. Showtime is basically if I wake up one day and I'm bored, I have something I could do a show with.
All right, nice. I like that though. I really do like the concept of it all. Let me see. All right.
So okay. EWF Network, which I'm assuming is Julius. He says he has a question. They personally want to see Tamz try to step in the ropes for some GMT feds. Advise the Fed owners, guide them. Ask Tamz, will he ever try to guide the Fed owners, specifically GMT, due to the state of the time zone? What advice does he have?
I mean, I tried. Me and Raymond have tried. This was probably back in the day, but tried. So what I mean by that is the EWU was a big, organization. It was meant to make all the GMT feds lift up with CCW and PW, for example, right? But I feel as if nobody fucked with the idea back then, because it was I don't know, something about alliances. Some people are 50-50 on them. To me, it's alliances only work if all your feds are in the mud. Think about it this way, right? Before RWA, feds like ECW, feds like WWE, bro. They won they won the shit back then, right? So when they won the RWA back then, it benefited them, And then when they feds like ECW, when WWE got big, RWA didn't benefit them, bro. To me, it's about these GMT feds. They need to connect together, make events like EWF and DXW doing this Survivor Series thing. It's low-key it's a good thing, bro. It's definitely a good thing. It's a step in the right direction. Obviously, DXW is gonna end soon, but I don't know. To me, for EWF at least, they gotta think outside the box. They gotta do things that not many people other people are doing. They gotta make their own stars. Hell, if it means going to fucking the Skyline gym and finding some guy nobody knows and making that guy the next Invictus Diddy, shit, people are gonna praise you for it. You're gonna get praised for it, bro.
Yeah, don't mind me jumping in, but I think that's the blueprint for overall any federation aside from GMT, ESD, CSD, whatever, right? That's definitely the blueprint you want to do. Think outside the box and just do shit that could appeal to whoever might be interested into your shtick, right?
For GMT feds, they gotta think about how to get the numbers up. Once they get the numbers up, that's when people start respecting them. Because of their numbers being so low, nobody's gonna respect them, bro. Do people respect the indie feds and EST that have low numbers? No, they don't.
No.
JHW is a legendary fed to me. They didn't really get the numbers back then. People were disrespecting them. They're definitely a big fed to me. So, it's about interpretation. If someone random new guy sees your fed 50 out of 50, they're gonna respect you more than they would if you were 20 out of 50. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. There is what? Do you mind if I read a question, White Lord?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Alright, it's from one of my buddies, MMR. Would you host the Euro Free?
I think the Euro is, when we did it before, it kind of made sense. I don't think it makes sense now. I think everything's more connected now, which is why, to me, I don't know. It just, I wouldn't want to risk what it was, because if it's not as good as it was before, the whole view of it goes down. But to me, I don't know. Thankfully, things have moved on. So GMT versus EST is not really a thing, and when people try to do it, it's kind of shitted on, which is good because it was kind of like a cheat code, right?
Yeah.
Promoting, GMT versus EST. Now you have to care about this match. To me, I don't know, bro. It was kind of a cheat code.
Yeah, it's more of an outdated concept now, considering how intertwined all the time are in Federation.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's alright, let me see. I'm looking through the chat.
Alright, well.
What the hell? Okay, well, there's this one. I don't know if it's a serious one. Thoughts on the Evolved RDN? Asked by Evolve RDN.
Asked by Evolved RDN. I feel like he's a stinker. He's a stinker, bro.
He's a
stinker.
Damn.
He's a stinker. He's got 0 trophies in RPO. 0. His buddy Nathan, he came to Manchester City, and yesterday he won his first trophy in his first game. So.
Nemesis said, I forgot why SDR didn't like Tamz and didn't want him in ORW. I sneaked him in. Although, why didn't SDR like Tamz at that time? Because I never asked. I just drafted him and didn't tell SDR.
Huh. Do you remember your beef with SDR?
Yeah, that was funny. Fun story. He came to my Fed with wolf novels and exploited us.
Oh.
He came.
Oh.
He came with wolf novels. And he dressed himself up as RCC. And Wolf Nobles was exploiting, and he came out as RCC, walked into the ring, and thought that we were gonna have like a meltdown, but like we just played along with it, so they all looked dumb. They were just looking dumb. We were just all laughing with them. It was funny, but you know they still came to a smooth Fed. KW at the time exploited me. I was like, alright, cool. We'll see what happens. So to me, I don't know. I just didn't like him, bro. I just hated him. I forgot why now. It was so long ago, but I forgot why.
If you didn't like him, what was the thing with you having a last run in ORW this past run? Because you were being Tamz Owens in ORW the last time they returned.
To me, ORW's always been fed. Where, like, because they're so late, me, like, at the time, like, COVID, obviously, you know, everything's boring and everything like that, but, like, to me, I don't know, like, something about ORW, I can hate the Fed owner, but I can still kind of like the Fed, you know what I mean? And ORW, ORW had no issues with ORW. Oh, the problem with ORW was SDR. That's not, sugarcoat it. The problem with ORW was SDR. The reason why I agreed to even join them when MMR was because MMR was gonna host. I like the vibe of ORW because when you enter an ORW arena, shit feels big. I can't deny it. Shit feels big. When I enter like an ORW arena, I'm like, oh shit, yo, this is the vibe. No, not many Feds can have that kind of vibe. I don't know how he does it, but he does it somehow.
Yeah. There's a cryptic message that I do not understand, but you probably will, Tamz. The question from Mr. Anthony Myers is, will you book the match 10 plus years in the making?
No. I don't know what he's talking about, but no.
There's the answer, Mr. Myers.
Nemesis said, tell him I tried to bring in a lot of GMT guys like Psycho and stuff to ORW. GMT deserves better, and yet SDR was toxic and controlling.
I love Psycho, man. I just remember that one tweet he made in 2018.
Psycho and Socio's back, by the way. He returned to RDW.
Did he?
Yeah, he's coming back.
He's been back?
He returned like yesterday. Like he went to he fought in RDW.
I didn't know that.
The one thing about Psycho Socio that I'll never forget, the fact that he won the RCW title. He won the RCW title. He is a former RCW world champion, by the way. And another thing is, Kiz almost ruined his career, bro. So, you know when Kiz came out with the NDL list?
Yeah.
With all the names? He accidentally put Psycho's name in there. And people were thinking, yo, this man's an auto-clicker. This man, whoa, what the... And Psycho woke up one morning, he was like, wait, what the fuck is this? I've never auto-clicked in my life. Bro almost got his reputation ruined.
Oh.
I was feeling bad for the guy.
Alright, there's... What's your thoughts on Julius?
I was so close to saying who. I was actually. I remembered he's the EWF owner. I was like, okay. I think he's a hard worker. That's the most I can say. I think he works hard. I don't really know much. You know what I mean? I think he works hard, and that's about it.
All right, we'll do
nothing.
We'll do two more. We got. Why do you? RDN asked, "Why do you hate me, Tamz?"
That's such a nice question. That's a beautiful. That's an amazing question. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Wow. Okay. And then Anthony Myers. The last question I'll do is question for Tamz. Me versus Light Lord on your dumb pay-per-view. I dare you.
Nah. No. No.
Damn it.
Why is this guy trying to finesse himself onto my card? Although, to be fair, if Anthony Mars came out and did a Mahal knee drop, it's probably getting one of the top reactions of the show. So maybe.
Oh, yeah.
The
Mahal knee drop would definitely get a pop.
Mahal knee drop is over. I just a bit of banter for you, Tamz, that I just remembered. Going back to when we first met at that Backlash pay-per-view, right? You remember that bet we made?
How much was it?
100 Robux, man. I've been waiting 2 years, brother.
Fucking join the group then. Join the group.
Oh, it was a bit of banter.
What the fuck?
But yeah, no. But I'm definitely excited to see what else Clash of the Titans brings out and future shit with man, my brain just fried. Fuck. Showtime. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, it's kind of a gift. That's the way I view the show. It's a gift, bro. It's a gift for me to Raw Wrestling, because to me, if I had the knowledge I had now and I was 16, 17 years old, I would be mashing Raw Wrestling and showing people this shit is easy. To me, it's easy because I've had 8 years of experience. It should be easy to anyone with 8 years of experience.
Yeah.
But there's nothing happening in Raw Wrestling right now that's inspiring people to be like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do this.
Yeah.
To them, it's like, shit, we can never be what APRW was. We can never be what RCW was. Look at me, bro. I don't know how to script. I don't know how to build. I know how to kind of build, but I don't know how to do all the production things. But I'm still hosting a Fed. I make it simple as hell.
You have the mind for it too, though. But
yeah, I mean that's the one thing that I got going for me is my mind. But
never be in the next APRW or RCW, whatever. It's almost like never say never. Anything could happen. I'm pretty sure. Well, personally, from my experience, me and John probably never looked past getting more than 6 people a show back in 2014. But we're doing pretty decent now. But we definitely never saw each other here back then.
Yeah, 100.
It's definitely a process, and if a Fed is good, a Fed will be good. People will notice it. It'll just rise, and that's just. And then I guess trying to think of the words.
It's about having a winner's mentality, bro. It's about your mental. It's about your mentality.
If you don't believe in yourself,
you
won't go far.
Those Fed owners that I know right now make a Fed because they think it's easy and it's just gonna be a side thing for them. Those Fed owners always end their Feds. To me, I think the only Fed that realistically I can see are worth going to in Raw Wrestling nowadays, I guess, other than RPW and other Feds that are probably gonna end, is probably XWX is pretty up there. I think XW is fine. I think despite Gioni being an absolute twat, I think the Fed's fine. Those two Feds are really doing well in Raw Wrestling right now.
Oh yeah, personally from a guy who is pretty active at XW, it is pretty fine over there. Gianni is pretty fair with the roster, and he does his thing, right?
He's doing his thing. Yeah, fair enough. He's still a twat, but he's doing his thing, and I can only rate him for it. So I'm not here to be like, yo, you're a bad person, so your Fed is bad. That's not what it is.
Yeah, that's not how it coincides. No,
there's no correlation. He could be a mega twat and still have a good Fed. So. Yeah.
I mean, personally, Johnny has always treated me nice, so I've never seen that twat.
Yeah, I don't want you to say bad things about him. Otherwise, that's part of the card. You're going straight down on the pre-show. You're going straight down on the dark matches. You're gonna get the Kanan treatment. Well, from world champion to fucking mid card division, you're gonna get that treatment, bro.
I'm working all the kickoff shows, brother. This was a fun talk, though.
Yeah, I mean,
I have two more things. First off, this isn't a question from the crowd. I was just looking at the slideshow that's happening while we're doing this, and I put a match card between, it was the UKW Mania match, you versus Damien. What? Even though he's gone now, like, what do you think about Damien? What's your thoughts on him?
oh Jesus, I think he should never come back to pro wrestling again. I know he's like a good friend, I know, but I don't think he should ever come back to pro wrestling again. Anyone that like gets given the amount of support he got and still, leaves, like, or still looks at him like, yo, I can't host the event anymore. I don't know. To me, he should never come back, and if he does come back, I don't think anyone should take it seriously. The main thing about wrestling that people are forgetting to realize, you gotta care about pro wrestling to do pro wrestling. It's such a simple concept, but nobody remembers it. Like some people will legit go on Twitter and be like, pro wrestling ain't fun anymore, and then the next hour they're at a show for 4 hours.
You're right.
You're hurting yourself, bro.
Totally right though on that one. Like you'll see everyone on the timeline that are saying, "Well, wrestling's dead. Roblox is shit," right? When like obviously if you have that mentality, you're gonna feel that way, right? But if you put some sort of towards what you're doing, some cool shit can come out of it.
Yeah, that's 100. You gotta have the mentality for it.
Yeah.
And then the last thing, thoughts on pro wrestling as a whole. A question from Julius.
I think weekly shows need to go. I know that's gonna be a surprise, but I think weekly shows need to go. At least within the next 6-7 months, because what I'm realizing is that like if a pro wrestler enters the community, because there's so many feds, so many hours that they get put in under a show for 3 hours, then the next day go into a show for 4 hours. To me, people gotta put their eggs in one basket now.
Like, what you're saying?
Look at me, bro.
Schedule like get some boxing type shit.
Yeah. I mean, okay, maybe not like maybe you still do regular shows, but like there's no stress on doing a pay-per-view every month type shit. You can still do weekly shows, but like make it so that your pay-per-views feel big, not just the fact that you gotta do a pay-per-view just to fucking do a pay-per-view.
Yeah. That's definitely something I did realize recently too. It's that like there's always gotta be love into like the main shows to like build towards the big card, the pay-per-view.
Exactly. Like if the pay-per-view sucks, like if you know you don't want to do a pay-per-view and you're like, okay, I gotta do a pay-per-view this month, what should I do? Or don't do the pay-per-view, just work towards your other pay-per-view, make that bigger, make what you think is gonna do good even better, rather than just like, okay, we're gonna make a transitional pay-per-view. The only reason I think weekly shows even work is to build people up. If weekly shows aren't even building people up, then what the fuck is the point? There's literally 0 point.
Weekly shows is also for like consistency, right? Like you do it so you don't get out of the loop, and like you keep making progress, whether it's on people's characters, storylines, and whatever, right? So I think weekly shows are sort of a necessity if you're going to be that kind of federation, right? But there's also, well, I mean, I guess if I use BPW as an example, right? Dylan plans on potentially using it for like part-time events, right? So like in my mind, it's not like no disrespect to him, but it's not like I see if they're gonna do that. It's not like BPW is gonna be really like a federation, more like that, right? It's more gonna be like just a product, I guess, you know.
And I just had this thought: I mean, obviously you're good friends with him, but I didn't expect him to do like a return. How did you get Diddy to do this match?
I got you to do this match considering so this match is actually you'll be surprised, this match has actually been in the works for about 1 year.
Oh.
Yeah, ever since his retirement, Isaac's retirement in February. I mean, maybe not a year, but half a year at least. And the sentiment was always, if Isaac's ever gonna come back, it's gotta be against Diddy. If Diddy's ever gonna wrestle again, he needs to think about it. Because at the same time, it's like, the circumstances right now is fine. Because Isaac ended his career as world champion. Diddy ended his career as world champion. So, To me, the loser of this match, they don't lose anything. It's about what you can gain from winning this match. This is why the circumstances is fine. Diddy will always be a legend, whatever, right? Let's say Isaac smokes him. Nobody's gonna give a fuck because it's expected, right? People are expecting Isaac to, beat Diddy. Diddy beats people that, he's not meant to beat. That's why Diddy looks at this as like, you know what? I could do this. I could do this. To me, bro, Diddy's gonna come. If Diddy's gonna ever come back, it's gotta be for something big. So this is it. Just shows how big this is. Because if Diddy's coming back for it, fucking hell, it's pretty big. He's been gone for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you What was I gonna ask? Fuck, it slipped my mind. Oh. How do you think that because Diddy returned at CCW, it'll ruin a little bit of the momentum from that?
No, he needed a tune-up. He needed a tune-up.
Oh, okay.
He spoke to me before. He needed a tune-up. He didn't even look bad in the match. He got 2 falls. The first to 3 in a
really good. He's
yeah.
better than Ray Mundo. No
Yeah, exactly.
No offense.
He hasn't wrestled in 2 years, so I mean I don't really expect any more from him. You know what I mean? So it's a tune-up. He's gonna get experience back. You can't put a guy after 2 years against Isaac. That's basically you're basically asking for a 5-0. Basically, hey,
Yeah.
I'm back. Come home.
Damn. All right. Well, that's all I had. I guess we're done here. So thank you.
Well, we did cover a good amount of topics. If this podcast lives longer than this episode, I definitely would like to come back, potentially after Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, potentially, bro. Who knows? We'll see, bro.
We'll see what happens in the future, down the road. Thanks for coming, though, Tamz.
No worries.
It was a nice
A
talk.
little bit. All
right. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for Tamz King for coming on, and we'll see you in episode 2, which I'm still trying to get who I'm gonna get on it, but yeah, we'll see. All right. Bye. Bye.
All right. See you.
Out, live free, don't do drugs, unless, well, you do them.